Oh, okay.
Before we tell stories to see if it's something you want to. Oh my god, that's creepy. What is that? I hear my heart.
Oh no.
Oh, that's not okay.
Oh,
Oh no. Oh my god.
are you okay?
I'm not okay. Lonnie, I found it. I'm gonna drop this. You try it.
Oh, I'm scared.
No, try it.
Hi, James, Kelvin. Thank you for the
It's freaking
follow.
creepy.
Oh my god, I'm scared.
Hey, buddy.
Oh no.
It's
Oh.
okay. It's okay.
Oh, don't like that. Oh.
She said I don't like that.
Oh, what the hell?
Do you have a ghost friend?
Um, I do. It's like it's a little weird because my eyeballs are on him and not me, so it's like I'm soulless right now, walking
That's
around.
why.
Oh.
So let's take him in the cornfields.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy. Oh
I
god.
apologize if you hear me sniffling and sneezing and
Oh my god,
coughing.
what's this? Oh,
Oh
it's a
my god,
spider.
I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
No,
Oh,
you're not stuck. You're okay. Oh
the
my god.
children of the corn is gonna get us.
Oh my god, that was so creepy. Keep your eye on him.
Why?
Oh, it's
What?
gonna end.
No, stop. What do you mean? Does he do? Oh my god, he's gonna take my soul and kill me. Oh my
No,
god.
he's not gonna take your soul. Did you see what he did?
No, he's not doing it yet.
Oh my god, he's gonna do it. Freaking me out, man.
Oh my heart, I hear it. Okay, that is not okay.
Okay, that is not okay. Creepy.
Oh
Lonnie
my
made it fun to
god.
have a ghost follow us when we have people smoke joints.
Holy.
It's
That's pretty
creepy too
cool.
how you see yourself through him. Camp Art Bay. That sounds like a camp people die at.
Damn.
Look at the picture.
Yeah, I love the Freddy Krueger and what's his face?
Thing.
Yeah. I don't want to say the wrong name because I don't want to get yelled at, so I don't really
Oh,
watch those movies.
really? You're into scary shit, but you don't like scary
I
movies?
I don't have time to watch movies. No. The first bar I'm going to be talking about is Bobby Mackey's. Have you heard of this bar?
I have not.
You have not?
No.
Well, anyone who knows paranormal should know this bar. It was the very first episode Ghost Adventures ever did. But is it real or is it just stories? It's made up to gain attention. As researching, there were many mixed reviews, some stating that the original owners never had anything paranormal happen to them and it only started recently. And of course, we all know Ghost Adventures and probably most ghost hunting TV series dramatize. But ever since wanting to do this little podcast type of thing, this is something I've wanted to cover. So Bobby Mackey's Music World nightclub, located in Wilder, Kentucky, and it's also known for the gateway to hell. So what makes this bar so haunted? Let's get into the legends and stories of Bobby Mackey's Music World. In 1850, the area of Wilder, Kentucky had actually been a German settlement, and it said the property was a slaughterhouse and a meat packing facility. The well in the basement, that's a part of the building, was dug to store and hold the blood, guts, and other waste of the animals after slaughter. The slaughter closed in 1890s, unknown why. However, it said that cult activity began to take place in the building near and around the well. Animals and possibly humans were used in sacrificial rituals. However, the actual reports and documentaries show that in 1876 there had been a distillery built, the old 76 distillery. They built the wells and tunnels to bring up the water from the Licking River to make the whiskey. So that is the first story. The next story is a little gruesome. I don't know if anyone needs any trigger warnings.
That wasn't gruesome? With all the blood and guts and, like, basement just pretty much full of body parts?
Oh, it gets a lot worse.
Okay. I'm never gonna want to go to the bar again.
Yeah, no, a ton worse. Okay. So the next story is about Pearl Bryan, who was a 22-year-old Sunday school teacher, and she was murdered in 1896. A 17-year-old farm hand found her body decapitated around or less than 2 miles away from what is now Bobby Mackey's bar, and where a YMCA actually stands today. Her killer, Scott Jackson, and her had been in a relationship when it was revealed that Pearl became pregnant. I don't know what is with these stories. This is like a repeating theme. You'll see that women that get pregnant, they just get murdered. Like,
I wonder why. If it's the baby daddy?
well, yeah, because they don't want a baby. And it's like, well, don't do the dirty do, you know? Like, holy.
The dirty do.
Anyways, he begged her to have an abortion, and she was like, no. However, after she did refuse, Scott and his roommate Alonzo Walling apparently slipped cocaine into her drink on January 31st, 1896, then continued their plan to murder her. It said that she was decapitated while still alive, as well as markings and wounds on her back and hands. She was 5 months pregnant at the time. To this day, Pearl's head has never been found. She was actually only identified because of the shoes. So they took her head, but not her shoes.
What? How'd they know it was her?
Because of the shoes, I guess, were really distinct and the family identified them. So, yeah. And, you know, she didn't show up anywhere, so. Anyways, both Scott and Alonzo have stated that her head has been dumped in the Ohio River or in the sandbar in Kentucky. But as investigators searched and drained both, nothing. Other reports state they actually never confessed. So I don't know who's saying what, but I like to put in everything that I find, you know. So anyway,
Get all the facts. Yeah,
yes.
all sides.
A theory is that they burned her head in the dental furnace of the college that they were attending at the time. And then both Scott and Alonzo were hung the day after the trial conviction on March 20th the following year. It's reported that both of them survived the drop that was supposed to break their necks, and because of this, they were strangled to death by the rope hanging for several minutes.
Shut up.
It's reported that Alonzo stated he would haunt the place forever right before his death. And actually, they were the last hangings in Newport, Kentucky. 30 years later, mob activity started to take place in the building. The lot sat empty about 1920s. But actually, when I was doing some research and watching some videos, they stated that there was an owner before this, but I was too lazy to go in and redo it. I have so much information, I just couldn't.
Right.
So anyways, the building became a speakeasy and casino during Prohibition. After Prohibition ended, it's E.A. Buck Brady bought the building and is now called Primrose. About a decade later, the casino caught the attention of mobsters from Cincinnati. And when they tried to muscle in their way into the casino and bar, Brady refused to sell. However, like, you're refusing the mob. Like, what do you think is gonna happen to you? I would have sold and left the state,
100%.
dude.
Come on, bro.
So after he refused, violence started to escalate with fights and threats. And then Brady was like, okay, I'm fucking tired of you guys, and pulls a gun on them. Bro. I don't know if he's stupid or brave. I don't know.
Stupid.
So after
Got my vote.
yeah, after he pulls a gun on them, it said that he pulled a gun on Albert Red Masterson, who was one of the mobsters. He was charged with attempted murder and then left casino industry in 1946. But what's crazy is apparently after a couple of years, because they ran him out of town, ran him out of state down to Florida. And a few years after, he was found from an apparent suicide from a gun to the head. So
That's not suspicious
I don't
at all.
know. And then the building reopened or continued its I couldn't find an actual if it reopened or if it just continued. But in the 1950s, it got renamed as the Latin Quarter, which is now owned by the Cleveland Syndicate, the mob or mafia, whichever one you want to call them, that ran Brady out of town. And we will probably never know the horrors that took place in that basement, because of course they would not keep records. Like, why would they? Hello. And because of the no records, it is unclear if this next story is true or a legend. But a lot of people say that's most likely legend. But it's fun to tell, so we're gonna tell it. Joanna, who wore rose-scented perfume, was a dance hall girlie and the daughter of one of the club's owners. And this was owned by like the whole mob, so it was one of their daughters apparently. And she said, oh my gosh, it said she fell in love with Robert Randall, a singer who performed at the club. And here we go, Johanna became pregnant.
Oh shit, not the pregnancy.
They had a plan to run off together. However, her father, of course, forbade the relationship. Like, dude, she's already pregnant. You might as well just let them get
She
married.
was a dance girly. Come on, bro.
For real. Like, you let her get up on the you let her get up on the stage, but you won't let her marry.
Have her baby? Yeah, come on.
So I'm sure we can all guess what happens next. And he murders him. He's the mom. He can just have someone else do it. Easy, quick and easy.
Boom, done.
And then when Johanna found out, of course she was, you know, pissed. Like, hello, you just murdered my baby daddy, and like we were supposed to run off together, get married. So she poisoned her father and then killed herself in the basement.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I don't know how pissed you have to be to take your own life too, but I don't know.
Well, I think her father was out of anger and her life was out of sadness, probably, right?
Oh, true. Yeah, you're right. However, there's never been a report of someone in the area named Johanna, and it could be a stage name, but according to the research that I had done and the episodes that I watched, it stated that anyone in the mob or mafia, they would never have allowed their daughter to be a dancer. There's also no police reports or news reports of this happening. But it's also the mob, you know, they could cover up shit.
100%.
And it's also said in the basement, the mob would lock people in the basement next to the well room. There's like this little room off to the side of the well. And they would lock people in there until they decided they felt like dealing with him. So however long.
Oh, okay.
And there's also bullets in the basement walls that are still there to this day. And because of a series of shootings in 1978, local law enforcement had been forced to shut the club down. However, the same year, Bobby Mackey, the country singer, bought the building and turned it into not only a music hall, but a tavern. It said that Bobby Mackey doesn't really believe in the paranormal and has never really had any experiences himself. However, he does believe the word of his family and locals on what they have experienced and does not doubt them. Now, the first death and murder, and only documented death and murder in the building, had been in 1943 during the Primrose era. What used to be the men's bathroom, there had been a fight between two men. One of them got hit and fell, and then he hit his head on the radiator in the bathroom and he passed away from his injuries on the bathroom floor.
Fell. He fell.
Yeah, he fell. Sorry, I'm just so thirsty. Oh no, my lawn chair.
All this chopping off a head would make you thirsty, though.
Mm-hmm. So what does everyone experience? What do they say they experience? Well, I'm glad you asked. A former caretaker, and this is probably the scariest incident, that lived in the apartment upstairs, claims to have been demonically possessed by the spirits. His exorcism was actually performed in the club by a minister. The former caretaker and friend, Carl, spent 13 years living at Bobby's bar. He barricaded his doors and slept with a gun next to him. He said every night it sounded like 100 people were walking around. It's also reported he found the well through a dream. He said a woman with long black hair and a white dress came to him and showed him where the well was. So the next day, he went down to the basement and started digging and found the well.
Yeah, that's not weird.
Yeah, not at all.
No.
Sorry, I'm like sneezing.
That shit.
Oh my goodness. I'm sneezing so much. I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
Thank you for the follow. Alrighty, let's get back to the story. Now that I'm done sneezing. So, in the next room on the well, where it's been said that they stored people until they decided they would deal with them, it said you can hear growling where people get their hair touched and scratched. And there in the basement, there's this stairways to nowhere is what they call it. It's these stairways that go up and it leads to nowhere. But because we know the history and we know that the office and the men's room has changed, kind of switched places a little bit when they were doing restoration. This stairway actually led to the old office room, which is now currently the men's restroom. Now, the old office room had those stairs because it had a trap door above it. So anytime the police came in to raid, the mob bosses or whoever was evading arrest would open up the trap door, close it, cover it, and then run down the stairs and out the back door. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Escape route.
Yeah. So, on Ghost Adventures, like I said, this is probably dramatized, but that was the very first episode they've ever done. So I thought, you know, I would include their experiences. They got on the spirit box bad memories. And when asked what memories, it replied, I killed. However, some say it says Pearl Bryan, some says they hear girlfriend, and others say they hear wrong man in the last part. The last part is pretty difficult to hear. So if you want to, you can go watch the clips. You can literally find them on YouTube and figure out what you hear. And then the spirit box also says bad day. And when asked who's gonna have a bad day, the spirit box said Bishop Long, which happens to be the bishop that is there filming with them for the night.
Shut up.
No, I literally screamed when this happened. And then after they stopped filming for the night because they thought they were done and the bishop was gonna just bless the place and make sure it's all good after their visit, this is where Aaron, who, if you don't know, watch Ghost Adventures, he's one of the crew members on Ghost Adventures. He had received a dizzy feeling and started getting angry and kind of told the bishop to stop blessing the place, and he was like, you needed to stop. And he started getting angry, and then the bishop was throwing holy water around to, you know,
Cleanse.
you know, holy water to cleanse, do his little thing, you know.
Yeah.
And it said that Aaron got so angry he told the bishop that he wanted to kill him. Just crazy. It's also said this is where Aaron had received his attachments that are still with him today, and which also affected his marriage and everyday life, which that is like a whole episode on its own, if I'm being honest. It's insane. This dude just lives with these demonic and evil attachments, and he's just like, oh yeah, they're there, it's fine, we're a package deal now, it's all good. It's crazy. Give me 1 second. Hi, last one, May, thank you for the follow. Kayla, thank you so much, I appreciate it. All right. Now, you would think that's all, but it is not. Even the owner's wife, Bobby's wife, claims to have overcome with the scent of roses in the basement. She's been grabbed by the waist, picked up, and thrown and pushed down the stairs. She also states that there is a resemblance of the apparition that resembles the sketches of Alonzo Walling. There's been screaming, "Get out, get out." And then she refuses to this day to ever step foot back inside the club.
Yeah, I wouldn't go back into the club either.
Extreme heat is reported in different places of the building. Apparently, one day, a flying trash can just came out in a customer. So that's, I don't know.
Totally
I think the
normal.
ghost is calling him
Totally
trash, but I personally wouldn't take that. I personally wouldn't allow a ghost to call me trash, but I don't know. Anyways, another club employee has seen a dark, very angry apparition behind the bar and a spirit who calls herself Johanna. She would often speak to him and leave scented roses in her presence. All right. So that is the first story of Bobby Mackey's bar. Pretty crazy.
Super crazy. And where
And
is this bar in Kentucky?
yes, it is in Wilder, Kentucky.
I'm never going there.
I'm never going there. Now, I wasn't going to do another story because doing the 2 stories in the past for one person, it's like a lot of research and it's pretty difficult to do, especially working full time and school full time. But I was watching the show on Netflix and I knew I had to do the story because I love history. I love history. It was the only class in high school that I had a consistent A in, a consistent 100% in. I had such a high score or high grade percentage in history that they wouldn't allow me to do any extra credit. Loved history. And this next bar has so much rich history, but it's not like bad history. So, the last few weeks I've talked about ghosts who want revenge, ghosts with horrific legends and spooky tales, but what about a ghost who's just hanging out because he's proud of what he's built and he just wants to chill with his new staff and guests? So this next story is Nelson's Bar in Bitters Pub. I think that's correct. Okay, I'm gonna get some water real quick because my throat is feeling really dry. Give me a second. So Tom Nelson was a Danish immigrant, he opened his hall in 1899, which served as a dance hall, a tavern, a movie theater, and a pharmacy, which I will get to in a little bit. It is the oldest continuously operating tavern in Wisconsin, getting patrons drunk right through the Prohibition. The hall sits on Washington Island on the Wisconsin Pensacola, I think. How you say that? I don't know. I'm sorry. And it also sits on Lake Michigan as well. The hall is known for selling 10,000 shots of Angostura a year, but it's also known for its rich and possibly haunted past. Now, this hall is... I just told you where it is. Never mind. I have brain rot today. Now, during the prohibition, Tom Nelson was like, what the hell am I supposed to do now? This place is only open for like 20 years. Then he has an idea. You know, he's brainstorming. And although the 18th Amendment had been banned alcohol, it was only for consumer use. He had this idea. Well, if alcohol can be purchased for medical reasons, I'll just become a fucking pharmacist. So he applied and received his pharmacist license.
Hell yeah.
Now, this man was not a doctor, okay? He was not selling cold medicine like what I need because I'm sick as shit right now. He was selling bitters, and I'm not an alcohol person, so I had to look up what bitters were. And apparently it's this alcohol that's like infused with herbs and spices, and it's named a bitter because of how horrible bittersweet the taste is. And apparently it's supposed to treat stomach disorders and stuff like that. Be an elixir. I like the word elixir. I think it, like, I don't know.
Classies it up.
Yeah. So he started selling Angostura bitters. So anytime someone would come in, he would prescribe them a shot of bitter, or 2 shots, or 3 shots, or however many shots would take to, you know, take their problems away, which I'm sure it wouldn't be very long for that to happen, considering this is 90 proof. Eventually the law caught on, was like, okay, we're not stupid. So he had to go to court. But it's reported that he actually won the case against this because he stated the alcohol tasted so bad no one would ever drink it just as a beverage. That is so bad. No one would ever just drink this just to drink it, even though you get drunk off of like 2 shots. No one would drink it. He also poured the judge a shot to drink, and apparently the judge took the shot and was like, oh my god, yeah, no, this is disgusting. You are so right. No one would ever drink this as a beverage. This is clearly only for medical use. So he got away with it and continued to sell alcohol until the ban was lifted, and yay, everyone get drunk again. But there's actually the tradition that's still there. So if you go there and you take a shot of the Angostura bitter, the bartender will take the alcohol that's left in the cup, and put it on this little certificate card, and then you sign it, and then you also sign this booklet, and you're like in the Bitters Club now. It's so cute. I love it. But then unfortunately, Tom passed away in his bedroom above the tavern in 1960 at the age of 90. But it said he drank a pint, around 16 shots of this shit every day. Bro. He was living his best life. He was not married. He was a bachelor. He's claiming that he's this crazy ladies man. He's drinking alcohol every day. He's just living the life. Sorry, I need a cough drop. Oh my god. Yeah, I wish he was here right now to give me some for this.
Yeah, it sounds like you need a hot toddy.
All right. So, is this place haunted? Or is it just good old Tom messing around with his new staff? So, Door County is the county that the island is on. And it has a nickname for Death Door because of the oh my god, I can't say my R's, I'm sorry. Rough waters and rocks below the surface has caused a lot of shipwrecks and sinks. So there's been like a lot of deaths for drowning and stuff like that. But it just seems like the bar is haunted by Tom. Footsteps are heard right behind you, kind of creeping up or running at you. You turn around, of course, no one's there. Doors being slammed shut by themselves. Apparently, when Tom doesn't like the radio station you're playing, he will go and turn it himself.
Hell yeah.
Employees state that they feel someone is always watching them or kind of overlooking their overlooking your shoulder, like how a boss does. Make sure you're doing everything correct. And as I mentioned before, he was a ladies' man apparently while he was alive. I was about to say real life. Oh my god. When he was alive. And apparently he still thinks so, even in the afterlife, because it's often reported that women get a lot of women get the paranormal targeted towards them. I don't think I said that sentence right, but we're gonna move past it. Women who sit at the bar often feel cold hands or breezes on their back, their neck, and their shoulders. But of course, no one is there when you turn around. And I don't think there's anything worse than being in the bathroom with your pants down, pissing, and getting spooked by a ghost. Absolutely not.
I'm not trying to experience that.
But it's sad that Tom likes to hang around the women's bathroom and give them a spook or two.
Tom did live his best life.
Yeah, he did. However, it's also said that there is an older woman seen around the bathroom. Regardless who it is, if you decide to visit there, it's probably best you pee before you go. Absolutely not. So what do people experience? Well, in the Netflix show that I referenced earlier about how I found out about this place, A Haunted State on Netflix, it's pretty good. I love it. Okay. They asked the ghost to turn their flashlight on 3, and they started counting. 1, 2, 3, and the flashlight turns on. During this spirit box session, they got a weird, like, growl. I'm not gonna try and do it, although I could probably do it with my voice right now, but I'm not going to. Is this Tom trying to figure out how the spirit box works? Because I mean, it is a new device, and he's from such a 1800s, 8 to 1960s, so he's just never seen shit like this before in his life. Or could it be something a little bit more sinister? When asked if the spirit they're talking to is a male, and if he is a male, to turn the light off on the count of 4. So they count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the light turns off. In the bathroom, they ask the spirit with the spirit box. Anne, who is one of the paranormal investigators, she gets beautiful. And then it says her name, Anne. Honestly, if the spirit box says my name, I think I would be fucking sprinting out of the door. I'm not gonna lie.
100%.
Because, okay, I know the spirit box, it works like it travels through the radio channels really, really fast to get a high frequency, and it said the spirit can talk in it. But what is the chances of it saying your name through like any of the, regardless if it's, people say that it's the radio stations, in that moment, what is the chance? Absolutely not. I would be gone. I'm sorry. Anyways, she asked if it would be a good idea she stay the night, and the spirit goes, yeah, yep.
No. Nope.
She asked, are you flirting with me? And he goes, yep. He just loves his ladies, you know. However, when they did a little experiment to see if they would get anything on the spirit box, if one of the male paranormal investigators held it and was in the bathroom, they got nothing. It just went quiet. Nothing.
Because he don't want to talk to them.
Yeah, he wants the ladies. And then an employee stated that one morning as he was doing prep, cutting onions, cutting tomatoes, stuff like that, he saw a lady in a white pass the window, and he thought to check to make sure no one came in because the bar is supposed to be closed. It's the morning. He's just doing prep, cleaning up the place. But no one was there. He checked everywhere. Dining room, upstairs, down, nothing. Nowhere. Maybe it's the older unknown lady that haunts the bathroom with good old Tom. Now, there are a few more stories of the area that I wanted to do because they're little stories. It's just like a couple of them. So there is a lighthouse. Love lighthouses. They're so cool. And it said that the lighthouse is supposed to be haunted by a former caretaker, in which he committed suicide, jumped off the side of the lighthouse because he could not prevent a shipwreck that happened that killed people. That, you know, shipwreck happened, people drowned, and he felt so guilty that he jumped off the side of the lighthouse and killed himself.
Oh,
Yeah, it's very sad.
very sad.
Another story is that of a woman named Gretchen on the Range Line Road on the island. It said that the woman was a milkmaid who delivered milk on the residents of that road. Later in life became affected by a disease in which her lower body was no longer working. However, another version that is said by the locals is that this, I'm sorry, this isn't funny, but like, it's just like, what the fuck? So another version of the story was that she was abnormally tall for a woman. So when she passed, they cut her legs off so she would fit in the coffin.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Y'all couldn't just, like, y'all just couldn't extend the fucking coffin a little bit?
Standard size, 4'5".
Hello? So, I hope that they at least put, like, her legs on top of her so that she has them. You know?
Yeah.
Like, what'd you do with them? I don't know. But it said that people report seeing an apparition of a woman who is floating down the road and is followed by fog covering her legs. So apparently they didn't put them in the coffin with her, and she does not have them.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really fucking sad. But at least she gets to float, you know?
Yeah.
None of these ghosts seem harmful, except for maybe Peeping Tom, you know?
He just wants a little
I mean, he's
action.
not harmful, he's just a creep.
He just wants a little action.
They all just kind of want to hang out where they love to work and live. I wanted to do that one because I thought it was just so cute. And those are the stories.
Very good stories.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm never going to Kentucky.
You're never going to Kentucky.
Yep, that's what I got out of that. And then I hope they don't cut my legs off if I die. Please don't let them.
No, I think we're in modern times now. So I think they
Perfect.
actually have coffins that fit large.
Because I'm pretty short.
Wouldn't they listen? Okay, if it was abnormally large for a woman, why wouldn't they just put her in a male coffin then? You know, we're not using our brains like Tom Nelson did when he evaded prohibition.
100%.
Not all of us
man's
can be big
coffin.
brain, apparently. Sad.
Very sad. Very, very sad. But it, like you said, at least she had, you know, the floating thing going for her later.
Yeah, that's good. At least she's not like unable to get anywhere. Hey, we tried. That's all that matters. It's okay. All right. They
And
have
they
to.
had some problems in the past, I tell you.
Yeah. Don't even get me started.
Poor women who got pregnant. A lot of babies didn't make it, it seems.
Yeah. I don't know what's up with that. I don't. Listen, I know that y'all having babies out of wedlock, but if they could only see the future and how unserious it is. Women have one brain, men
Ooh,
might
we're
have
gonna have
two.
to tell baby ghost stories.
Children ghost stories scare the shit out of me, but
Rah!
I want to. Have you ever heard of the black-eyed children?
No.
Oh my god. That scares the shit out of me. I might have to do that one next week then. They're like Children of the Corn, but scarier.
Shut up. Who's scarier than Children of the Corn?
Black-eyed kids, dude.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
And then I want to do clowns. And then I want to do haunted
Clowns are
objects and curses.
always
I have a whole
creepy.
thing.
Haunted objects, huh?
Yeah, like Zach Bagans' museum full of haunted artifacts.
Creepy.
And I can't wait to do the Winchester house
Oh.
eventually. Oh my lord, if you can hear me sneezing, I'm sorry. I wish I was unemployed so I could do like one story a day. I have so many I want to do.
One story a day? Yes. The story of the day. But now you have goals.
True, but I'm a very impatient woman.
Oh. That makes life kind of difficult, doesn't it?
It does a bit.
I keep looking around, hoping that, there's no weirdos.
Stop it.
I always have,
I thought I saw
I always
something
have,
earlier, but I didn't want to say anything.
oh my
And I
god,
got
I thought
scared
I
a little
seen
bit.
something too. Same. I always have trouble sleeping after these stories for some reason.
Do you actually? I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I like it. The fear factor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, if we have, I don't know what we can do, but we can go in here and maybe we can fight some ghosts. Have you ever seen
Yeah, there's
Supernatural? Do we have shotgun shell ammos that are salt?
salts and oh wait, that kills vampires, huh? I was thinking we probably need everything to cover all the scary
Holy
things.
water.
Holy water, salts, candles,
Mm-hmm.
crystals,
Mm-hmm.
um I feel
All
like
of it.
what is the metal that you gotta use? Like pure silver?
I think so. I don't know.
Never
I
know if
stopped
there's
watching after Dean
werewolves.
died for the 10th time.
Oh.
Yeah. Although, I must say, I love the deer. I think she fits our vibe very well.
Yeah, I like that show Supernatural. I think I watched up until season 10 maybe.
How many? Don't they have like 20 seasons or something? Like 15, right?
Probably because I quit watching like a little bit into it.
Listen, I love shows that have a lot of episodes and a lot of seasons, but sometimes you just gotta have the closure and just move on.
They never moved on.
No, never. If we want more spooky stories, I could find some Reddit posts.
Oh, you want to read some Reddit posts?
I could.
Pull up my launcher.
All right. Why not? I actually want to lose my voice, so when people at work try to talk to me, I'll be like, I'm sorry, I can't.
Oh no.
I would love that.
I sent you a picture actually. Just a
Oh my gosh, why does it look like that?
I don't know. Lonnie sees weird things like that too.
That's so funny.
It's fine.
I wonder how often that happens.
I know, right? That was my thought. Like, okay, well.
All right. So this one is named, which actually is perfect with our little stories, is I live in a haunted pub. Oh my gosh, can I bring this up? Okay. So, my girlfriend has been telling me for ages I should post this somewhere, so I'm going to. If anyone has any sort of explanation or anything like that, I would love to hear it. I should probably state right off the bat that I am skeptical of the paranormal and have been for a long time. However, as a kid, I grew up in a building where things happen that I can't find logical explanations for. My parents were publicans. They owned bars for any American readings. When I was young, about 5 I think, we moved into a large pub with a bar downstairs and the house-sized living accommodation upstairs, which I feel like unless you have soundproofing, I feel like that would be very difficult to raise a family above a bar.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know how they would do that, but a month after purchasing, we went through the pub, finally open for business. And the reason why it took so long is because when they bought the place, hold on, let me make sure I'm in the right story here. Okay, yes, sorry. When they bought the place, at first there was travelers that, like squatters kind of, that were living on the lands, and so they took about a month for them to go to court and get them removed off the land. So then after that, the purchase went through, and then a month after that, the pub was open. So moving on, a couple of days after we first opened, we were woken up in the middle of the night by sounds of shouting and things being thrown and glass being broken and screams everywhere. Now, given the problems we had with travelers, we presumed that they'd come back and trash the place as, you know, revenge. My mom took my sister and I in the upstairs lounge and stayed with us there with the door locked, and my dad stayed on the stairs watching the door just to be safe. And they do say that the stairs where the door is, there is a little window above the door where you can kind of see everything when you're standing on the stairs just a little bit. And so he could see their shadows through that small window. And about an hour later, it was around 4 a.m. At this point, all the noise stopped. However, Dad didn't dare go downstairs until 8 a.m. when people would have been around. So he went down around 8 a.m. so that when people were up and around, just for his safety. He went down fully expecting the place to be trashed. But not a single thing was out of place. Not so much as an ashtray or glasses off the shelves have been moved. Everything was exactly how it was left before they went to bed the night before. All the doors were still locked and bolted from the inside. Nobody has been in. It was impossible, but my whole family was there to witness it. It's freaking crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, let's see. Kind of trying to look for bars that fit the. Ooh, this one might be good. And they say not to judge a book by its cover, but I am judging it by its title. So it says, I live in look after a 250-year-old pub. I've been living on this site at the pub in London for the past 3 years. For context, the building was built roughly around 250 years ago and has links with Jack the Ripper murders.
No.
The pub, through the years, has featured many ghost encounters, haunted London books with testimony from many previous staff who lived and worked on the site, all swearing they've heard or seen experiences. Not only this, but there have been multiple most recent deaths in the building more before I started. Nothing with a pattern or weird circumstances nonetheless, which most I'm not allowed to discuss to avoid any legal ramifications. I try to be as skeptical as possible. Despite this, I do believe in the paranormal. However, some things I have experienced in the last 2 years has made it difficult to be rational. I've listed various instances, and I will update if anything else occurs before I leave in January. My staff and my girlfriend, who lives on the site with me, have all had their own experiences. With whatever lurks here, no one feels safe on their own in the pub. I've also had customers who don't know the pub's history tell me they've seen things while in the building. My first standout experience was a cold night in November 2021. I was on a shift with a colleague I've known for years. I was struggling to change a keg and requested the assistance of my colleague. My colleague came down to the cellar and began trying to swap the keg. When suddenly I felt something brush past me. It was enough for me to feel uneasy. In the same moment, the overhead lights cut out, and we heard a woman cackling, oh my god, from the corner of the room. That was enough for me and my colleague to run from the room, squealing like little kids. The pub was completely empty at this point and was on the beaten track. There was no explaining the noise that we both heard. If I heard a woman cackling like a fucking hyena in the corner of the room, I would be gone. I would be quitting. I'm sorry.
Bye.
The second standout experience, again with the cellar. I was on shift with another colleague. I went to clean the bathrooms. When I came out, I thought I could see my colleague heading down the stairs to the barrel cellar. I followed shortly after to see what they were up to. With the last incident in mind, I tiptoed around the stairs. When I reached the bottom of the cellar, I could hear shuffling of feet around the corner. Thinking my friend was playing a prank on me, I followed the shuffling deeper in the cellar. I came all the way to the double doors to the barrel cellar. I could hear what I thought was my colleague whispering my name. I swung the doors open with an uneasy smile, expecting my friend to jump out at me. But to my shock and horror, it was pitch black and empty. Again, I ran from the cellar only to find my colleague upstairs waiting for us to leave. I just want to leave at this point. The building feels like it's sapping my energy. Aside from the main instances I've described, I feel like I'm hearing stuff constantly throughout the nights, and something has been visiting me when I'm in bed. Looking for any advice to make my last months any easier. Oh my gosh.
Not wait another last few months, bro. Time to go.
When in doubt, dip out. Like, y'all gotta just go.
I love that saying, when in doubt, dip out.
Absolutely not. I'm sorry, maybe I could go back in if I didn't have to go into the cellar, but if I could tell something was in the bed with me or crawling into bed with me or watching me,
100%. Yep. Time to go. Time to go, bro. Like, now you're messing with my sleep. Nope. Nope.
mm-mm. I am cranky when I don't have my sleep.
And the cackle alone, like, come on. Nope.
I
Nope.
could just, you know how like a hyena laughs? Like, I'm not gonna do it because I don't want
That's
to sound
funny because I
stupid,
was
but like,
trying
that's
to
what I was
think
thinking.
about. I could probably cackle like that too, like a freaking scary witch.
So, I think that's all I'm gonna do because my throat is kind of really hurting me. So, that was a good hour and 10
Yes,
minutes.
ma'am. Very good.
I think I added a little more personality to this one this time.
I agree. You had a little talking to your audience thing going on. Get it. All I could think about is like ghosts behind me and cackling and now babies and
No babies. Not the babies.
not the babies. And ladies with no legs.
Ladies with no legs.
I love it. I mean, poor lady, but
Yeah. Just watch a funny movie before you go to bed. My
it's
go-to is
definitely
Medea movies.
Medea.
I love Medea.
Yeah, I've been watching Tubi. I guess it's like crazy is what it is. It's all the low budget parodies of anything that's ever been made.
Oh yeah.
So that's different.
Hey, it's free with ads though. Not this fucking. No, Amazon Prime was trying to charge me $17.99 twice a month. Absolutely not. I canceled all that shit.
Why twice a month? Did you have two accounts?
No, it was I think it was because it was like Amazon Prime and like HBO Max or something.
Oh,
But I didn't realize it. I thought it like all taken out all at once, but apparently even though you subscribe through Amazon Prime, it takes it out separately.
oh yeah. I watch a lot of Netflix, but then somehow I watched a foreign film once, and now it thinks I'm foreign.
Oh no.
You know that algorithm. One movie can really mess it up.
Yeah, no, literally. I we have the only thing I pay for, I'm actually very grateful, but the only thing I pay for is Amazon Prime. Um my parents pay for Netflix and then his parents pay for Disney Plus. And
Oh,
they have
so
everything, so they have like HBO Max and all that shit.
yeah, for my Hulu, I get Disney and like ESPN or something. And then I have Netflix and Amazon. I really got to cut down on my subscriptions. That's why we started watching Tubi the other night.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to a thrift store and see if I can't find a cheap Blu-ray DVD player and start buying DVDs,
Oh,
dude.
DVDs. I used to have the biggest DVD collection. It was crazy.
My dad does. He has like a gajillion of them, but I don't. I only have a couple, but I don't have a player. And it's crazy because I only found this out a few months ago, but laptops, because I've never really had a laptop and I just got one for
You can
school.
watch a movie in them.
They don't have the DVD players in them no
Really?
more. It's
Because
crazy.
everybody uses a little memory stick or streams online.
Yeah, like what the hell?
That's
Crazy.
funny.
Did you know Best Buy is getting rid of all of their physical digital stuff?
I believe it. We've
That's
hit
so
a whole new
sad.
era, and nobody even's gonna know what a cassette is. Well, pretty soon, or a DVD player. When you say that, it's gonna be in a museum somewhere.
Well, you know, everything always comes back. Look at records. They're all popular now.
True that. And then they'll talk about our electronic objects in the future as being haunted. You know?
Oh my gosh. You know, I can't wait. I don't know how long it takes for someone to be like, okay, this tragic ass place is okay for you to ghost hunt, but I can't wait for modern day ghosts, like our ghosts, because I just know that if we're real, we're gonna be a menace to these
Oh yeah.
ghost hunters.
They're gonna be like, is somebody in the room? And they're gonna be like, fuck you, or say some crazy slang.
It
Nobody
reminds me of
understands.
Ghost Adventures, when I forgot what question he asked, but the ghost replied with "your mom." Oh
Yeah.
my god, I would start
That's what I
swinging like,
mean.
no
Like,
way, bro.
it's like, what do you want, your mom? That's crazy.
Didn't they call him like an ass and stuff too, or something like that?
I don't even remember. I felt like you told me that before.
I'm gonna have to binge watch Ghost Adventures just to see all the ghost shit they.
Binge watch.
It's just so hard because like they're so disrespectful and so egotistic.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how they, got their fame, though.
Hi
That's why
Bryce,
ghosts are
thank you for
telling them
showing
your
up,
mom.
but you did miss it. I'm sorry. You can go back and watch it though, and I'm gonna put it on YouTube probably tomorrow morning. I'm sorry. I would totally 100% retell you all of the stories if I wasn't sick and if I didn't sound like a person
So
smoking
next week,
12 packs a
babies,
day.
what's our theme next week?
Honestly, I think I'm gonna go with the Black Eyed Kids.
Perfect. I have a story for next week then about scaring
Really?
babies. Yeah, in a lake.
Oh my. Do they
Hmm.
just do like an army of babies start crawling out of the lake?
No.
Okay.
But it is pretty creepy.
I'm excited. I'm excited to be spooked for one.
Yeah, it's just like a legend that people say are true.
We do legends
The
here.
the water babies is what they're called.
Oh.
I
Okay, well
know.
I won't look anything up. But Black Eyed Kids actually scare the shit out of me, and I get so scared going
I'm
to my
not gonna look them
car.
up either because I'm super curious. So I'm not gonna look them up either. I'm gonna wait for you to tell me about them.
Very, very.
You're
Ooh.
scared to go to your car? Don't say that. I work so early in the dark. And I'm gonna be
Sorry, I'm
like,
sorry. Okay, whatever you do, just don't help anybody.
I sure won't. I'm gonna keep driving and call somebody down the road. Hey, about 50 miles back, somebody needed help. It was freaking great. Are you okay? Are you wore out? It's hard to talk for an hour when you're sick.
Um, it makes me sad because I like doing this, and I
I
kind of like
know.
talking about this stuff. I hope I don't sound too bad on stream, so I can.
No, you sound good, actually. You sound good, actually. Not too sick.
Good, good. Do you have any plans for the rest of the weekend?
You know me, just hanging out. It's got so foggy out here, huh? Hanging out. So my puppy she's super sick, and I found out yesterday, and I took her to the vet, and she's getting a little bit better. So I'm gonna like probably give them a bath and play video games because, that's what else do you do on your days off?
You know, that sounds like a perfect life to me, you know? You ain't got no responsibilities besides taking care of yourself.
100%. So,
I always
I
want like a baby. I'm just like, I want a baby, but then I think about everything that you have to do, and I don't know if I'm there yet.
my little sister's pregnant, so I'm gonna have a baby around pretty soon. In
Oh, there you
June,
go.
probably here and there. But it's
Just
great because I could just give it back. Here you go.
oh yeah, that's how I feel with my little sisters. I love I love them coming over. I love spending time with them. I love doing little activities like I always do, like cake baking, or around Christmas and Halloween time, like gingerbread houses. It's just so nice to be able to give them back at the end of the weekend.
Yeah, you're like, okay, I'll see you in a month. Bye.
But
But you
it's just
always
like,
have fun.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like the hormones. Like I want a baby, and then I have to remember that I'm gonna have to get up in the morning and take it to daycare and take it to school, and I had to take my little sister to school, and I can't deal with those lines.
It's just the lines that get you,
It's so bad.
huh? Sorry, kid, you can't go to school because of the lines. That is hilarious. It's the second funniest thing I've heard about like a baby. I had a friend say something. She was pregnant, like due right around Christmas, and it was like Christmas Eve, and she had been like trying to have her baby for a few days, and she was like, "Oh, if the baby's born tomorrow, it's not gonna have a birthday because that's G."
Oh no. Oh
So
no.
you guys have crazy thoughts about kids. Like, I can't have a kid because of school lines. It takes them like 4 or 5 years to go to school.
But have
Years
you
to
ever
get to
been in
that.
a line, like a pickup line or a drop off
Heck
line?
no, I don't have
Oh
kids.
my
I don't deal with
god.
none of that. All I deal with is school zones, but I just keep on cruising.
No, well, you will whenever you decide to pick up your niece or nephew from the school to surprise them. You'll understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, that niece or nephew need to figure out how to take the bus. No, no, I'm playing. Mom and dad better figure that out. I just want to do fun time like you. Gingerbread, cupcakes.
Yeah, no, it's a blast. Then you get to sugar them all up and take and the parents have to take them.
Absolutely. I actually think that's why my little brother don't let me hang out with his girls because he knows. He'd be
You
like
know, my
monitoring
dad
it.
always said how, oh, when you have kids, I get to spoil them and I get to sugar them up. But, you know, he's the one who got two little girls after me that I just get to pre-do what he was already
Oh
planning.
yeah, he threatened you. Yep, it's more. That sounds pretty accurate though. What are you pointing at? Did you know there was a lighthouse right there?
Yeah, that was the lighthouse that I found
Good
when
thing
I
I
was
didn't see
cruising
that when you
around.
were telling the creepy story, because then I would have just been staring at it the whole time.
Oh, you didn't know there was a lighthouse there?
I knew it was around, but I didn't know it was like right behind me.
No, it's really cool. There's a house over there too. Oh,
With a dead person in it, probably.
maybe.
I believe it.
I can't remember if it's open or not. Gosh, I'm having sneeze attacks. So
like all the birds just flying around.
I can't believe I hit that bird earlier, and I can't believe it actually died.
I can. It just got in your way. It just went like right in your way. Like
You're
there
a
you
bird.
were,
Why?
and
How
it
did you
just
fly into the boat?
there it was. It just was like, I'm tired of flying. That was the end of it.
Maybe this is the start of our own haunted island.
100%.
The animals are just suicidal.
What other animals have you seen?
Oh, I have to keep a lookout on it.
Do you have people sleeping in those tents?
No, they're just kind of up to show that you can have tents.
Oh, for the party, sell the space vibe.
Yeah,
Camping.
if you don't have a tent but you need to sleep over, you know it's there.
Yeah, I wouldn't let people sleep in my house either. I'd be like, all right, you go sleep out there in a tent.
Well, I mean, if they want to sleep in this house, they can go for it. You might be safer in the tent though.